What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here today, playing in the third and final T20 International against South Africa. The series is already wrapped up, but this game is big for a different reason. It is our first game that we are the official T20 captain of Australia, so we're looking to go and, I guess, play with a bang and get a good score on the board to help the team out and see the team to a victory in our first game in charge. As I said, already 2-0 up in the series, so we don't have to worry too much. If we do lose, we are still going to be walking home with a trophy at the end of the day. That is a beautiful cut shot. For those who say I don't play the cut shot, there is a prime example. That one was not guided down to third man. A out-and-out, genuine cut. And we move on to 6 off 2, which is good to see. That's what we want to keep doing. So yeah, Australian T20 captain, which is good. It obviously means that... we are getting on in this career mode. You know, we are starting to get somewhere, which at the end of the day is what we are attempting and trying to do. We're trying to get up, trying to, I guess, lead Australia in all 3 formats. We've started off with T20. That's the format that we have really excelled in when it has come to our international career to date. And that's another good shot. They had moved that man back onto the boundary at fine leg. We played that one more square towards the umpire and pick up our second 4 of the innings. We move on to 10 off 4, Australia 10 for none as well. We have been farming the strike, you would have to say, at the moment, but I'm sure Aaron Finch down the other end won't mind that at the moment, that we are going and ticking the scoreboard along quite nicely. We will keep that going, and as I said, hopefully play a match-winning innings here today in our first game in charge. So here comes the final ball from Abbott, and we are going to play that through the covers. We will come back for the second as well. And that way we take 14 off the first over, and it does give Finchy a chance to face whoever is coming in next, which I think will be Dale Steyn. So I'm not too... displeased about that. I'm not too displeased about having to face up against Dale Steyn. But saying that, the keeper was up at the stump, so potentially it was a spinner. Whoever it was, they got taken to worse than Kyle Abbott did in the first over. Went for 18 off their 6 balls. And it is Quinton Cock, actually, who is keeping. So, but that's all right. I really want to know, 18 off 6, who bowled that first over from the other end, because as I said, they got absolutely pumped. Just like that, they're off the front foot. We played that towards square leg again. We pick up another boundary, and things are looking good for the Australians at the moment. Required run rate has dropped down below 7 already, and we're not even through 2.5 overs of gameplay. There's another one. Anything that is on the pads, on the legs, just anywhere around there is going the distance. And that is a great third run that we've gone and taken. We are running the South Africans ragged at the moment. Move on to 39 off 2.5 overs. Finchy then goes and picks up a 3 off another one. So we have gone for 10 off the first 4 in Kyle Abbott's first over. And that's where we're just trying to play everything at the moment. Just trying to play it to that leg side, because there is a very, there is a lack of coverage, I guess you would say, out there. And as I said, anything that is on the pads or that is short and on the legs is going and just disappearing. But we managed to get back there. They have put in a little bit more cover, pulled a man in to field at square leg, and luckily being able to get back in time, not running ourselves out, because that would have been an absolute disaster to, I guess, forfeit this start, which is what we have done here. The spinner, Imran Tahir, who got taken to, as we said, in the first over, has come back here strongly, picked up 2 wickets of Finch, and I think Clark bats at 3 in this side. I'm not 100% sure, but we're in now with Maxwell, who's had a great time when it has come to T20 cricket for Australia recently. The tour that he had in Sri Lanka obviously dropped from the one-day side, came back in the T20 side. I believe opened because, I think, who was it? Someone went home. Someone went home injured. I'm not quite sure who it was. Warner, Finch was there. I can't remember, but so anyway, someone went in, home injured. Maxwell was promoted up the order, batted and opened with Dave Warner, and what a payoff that was. Scored 145 in one innings, and then I think he scored 60 odd in the other. So definitely a move that was repaid by the selectors. But a lot of people saying now that when Australia do have their fully fit T20 side, that potentially he will slide back down the order. So it will be interesting to see what happens to that when everything does come around and comes, I guess, back to light. And now we are starting to play through the offside as well. That's a nicely timed cover drive that isn't quite going to get to the fence, but I think in the act of fielding, whoever that was has actually gone and touched the rope. So we will pick up 4 rather than the 3, and I believe we picked up 69 runs. We have 69 runs off the first 6 overs in the power play. We have lost those 2 wickets, which, isn't ideal. We would like to go through, unscathed, or even just 1 wicket down inside those first 6 overs. But we've done the job, and we're getting it going quite well. Surely that there has to be a wide umpire. Morne Morkel is coming in, steaming in, and bowling these short balls like there's no tomorrow. But we've got George Bailey in now. Maxwell has since gone. We are now 3 down, and all of a sudden we kind of need to go, and we need to play a bit more of a sensible innings here, because another wicket down and it is starting to expose our middle and lower order, and there is still a lot of work that is to be done to date so far. We have slowed down a little bit, only faced 17 balls inside the first 7.2 overs, which is quite strange because normally we do face majority of the balls early on. And I just got sick of trying to play it through the leg side. It was going to be on a good length, and we do just go rock onto the back foot and slash that one away, or guide it away, I guess you'd say, down to third man where there isn't anyone there, and we will pick up a 4 before going and rotating the strike, bringing George Bailey on for the last 2 balls of this over here. But 3 for 77 off 7.4. We're definitely above the run rate at the moment. We just need to keep wickets in hand and build a nice wee partnership here between me and Bailey just to go and get everything sorted. So we've got a square gully and a deep fine leg. So they have gone with just the 2 players outside the ring at this stage, which is a little bit risky. But hey, if it works, it works. And there is a bit of a gap there at cover, so we're going to go and just keep trying to go through there for the time being. And if we do get anything, as I said, that is on the pads that we can flick away, I guess through mid-wicket or even square leg, then that is going to go, because there is just that man at a square gully. No, not square gully. He's just at fine leg. I gotta keep playing through the offside. That's the problem. We are just trying to go leg side all the time, and it is an issue because it's not working, and the bowlers have kind of figured that out a little bit. And they are just putting it in that channel of uncertainty, that 4th or 5th stump line, and we're just missing everything. So this one here, we will try and go through the covers, but I bet you it'll be one that we could just go and try and pick off the pads, which is what we have done. And there we go. So we finally get it. 3 balls later. We finally get the ball that we are looking for, the one that's on the pads, the one that was flicked away, and it was, in the end, quite comfortable and just absolutely raced away for 4. So we will continue to keep that up. And again, another one that has headed down there. Going to come back, sneak back for the second, which is what we've done, and that's some good running there to move on to 8 off this over so far. Now this tactic here, this is where it kind of gets into my head. They have gone and obviously moved both mid-on and mid-off up. It gives you an opportunity to go up and play over the top, but we have just kept it safe, driving it through the covers. Going to pick up the 3 to maintain the strike for the next over, and that's exactly what we want to do. We just don't want to go and get ourselves out. We're going well above the required run rate at the moment. We're going at over 10. I think it is going to be down soon enough to a runner ball. In fact, it is below a runner ball already. 64 needed off the last 11 overs. So if we can just continue to build and pick up the odd boundary like we have there, we should get through quite comfortably. I think we are now on 49 as well, 49 off 26. So not the most explosive innings from Cliffy to date so far, but a very good one by the new captain. 50 coming off just 27 deliveries, and it really has been, I guess, the anchor in this Australian lineup to date so far. And as we can see, 56 needed off just 10.3 overs. So definitely getting the job done quite easily at the moment. And we just need to keep those wickets in hand. As I said, if we keep those wickets in hand, it is going to make things very easy. We should win with about 3 or 4 overs left to go. The run rate, I believe, no, I was going to say for the first time, has dropped down below 10, but that is not the case. That is definitely a big lie, because we have scored over 100 inside the 10 overs, 3 for 101 to be precise. And that is definitely more than 10 runs and over, if my maths is correct, which I'm pretty sure they are. But as we can see, 53 off 59 needed now, so don't need to do anything silly. But saying that, we probably will have a brain fade at some stage, go for that big slog, and potentially get ourselves caught. But at the moment, could have come back for the 3, but we will just settle for the 2 there so far. And as I said, if we keep picking up 2s, we are going to get there quite comfortably in the end. 51 off 58 needed. And I think it's time, I said not to do anything silly, but it's time to start going for some biggies, boys. We are going to start trying to go and race through this innings. That's our first 6, would you believe it? In 55 runs, our first 6, which is very strange. Normally, we are a very aggressive player. We like to play those aerial shots down the ground. And that's what we are going to start to do now, boys. We're going to go and try and speed things along. I think we're in a situation here where I trust the players coming in to go and do the job that is needed. That has prompted a field change, those 2 6s. We've got a man down the ground now on the boundary rope, and we have seen some others. So we are going to continue to go and work things around. There is a man, I guess probably at like a square gully again, or even a square... a square gully, because I definitely did not play that on the leg side. But 37 off 55 now, so the damage has been done in this over to date. 18 off it so far, and Rory Kleinfeld, he started off well, but has since just dropped off a little bit. Going to come back for 2 again, move into the 70s, and potentially we could see a captaincy 100 here. We've seen a 50 partnership coming off just 25 deliveries, so that is perfect, just absolutely perfect work by the players there. Great stuff from George Bailey. He hasn't had too much involvement. It has been the majority of it has been us. We have since lost... George Bailey. We now have Brad Hodge in with us, so I couldn't really ask for much more of an experienced partner if you tried. I mean, the guy, I'm not sure if he's still playing domestic cricket now. I know he is playing T20 cricket, like franchise T20 cricket around, but I'm not sure. I don't think he's playing for Victoria anymore. I think he has gone and hung up those boots. He's just a guy who, like many players, is just travelling around the world now playing T20 cricket, so... but what an asset to have to come in at this stage and I guess help you out where needed. And, we don't need to go and do anything silly here. We just need to go and keep nudging around, pick up the odd boundary here and there. Again, the run rate is still up over 10. I don't think it has dropped off that for the entire innings, and only 28 needed off 47, so it should be a very comfortable victory in the end here. Hodge, he's just helping out. He's just gone and hit himself a 6, which again is exactly what we want. Possibly could have come back for the 2nd there, but we will just go and hang fire and keep it to the 1. Again, it would be nice if we could carry our bat through in this game. Not going to get 100 now, only 20 required, but we can still get a very, very good total. 14, so I think Hodge possibly hit a 6 off that last ball, but that's all right. We will take that. That one there has been nutmegged. It's gone through the legs. And this is Morkel coming in now, so we do just need to be a little bit careful. Obviously, they're strike bowler when it comes to, I guess, all forms of cricket, not just T20. So just need to make sure that we don't really do anything too silly. And, we only require 20, so we can just go and obviously nudge the 1s and the 2s around. Pick up the odd boundary here and there when we get one nicely out the middle. Sorry, just 12 needed off 40 balls. So this is going to be another very convincing win and a convincing series win to the Australians. Remember, they will go and win this one 3-0. And again, just placing that placing it to perfection out there into the deep to go and pick up the 2. Again, not doing anything silly, not going for that 3rd run when it's not really needed. Almost down into single figures required. 78 off 40, so striking at just under 200. And that is really what we have done all game. There's another one, again, that's been timed a little bit better. And that is actually going to go for a 4. So timed a lot better than the first 2. And we have seen a 4 that has been hit. Just 6 required now, so it's down to 1 hit. Again, I'm going to try and carry my bat. I just want to get the knot out if possible. And Hodgie, you're down there now, mate. Use that experience. Hit this for a 6 and finish us off. Send us home early with 6 overs left to go. I don't think that is going to be the case. We will have to take it into the 15th over. Again, Hodgie just showing that experience. No need to go for that big hit. He'll want to carry his bat too. And just when we start to talk about carrying bats and going not out, we play a silly shot like that, just playing around our front pad, and we have gone LBW. No point challenging that one because it is very plumb. The only thing that possibly could have gone in our favour was it pitching outside leg, but I don't think so. It was heading on to hit middle and leg. But at the end of the day, we pick up our first trophy as captain of the Australian T20 side. We win the series 3-0. You can't ask for too much more than that. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter links that can be found down below in the description. Hope you're having a good week so far. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got more Rugby Challenge 3 Sevens Be a Pro coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss that.